Welcome back. Today's will be another uh, amazing class where we are actually going to study about how can we automate the process of sending emails, because Python is actually known for automation, right? So you can do lots of stuff with it. You just name it what you want to do, and I'm sure that you'll find a library to do it. Today what we are going to see is how can we actually automate the process of sending, how actually can we send emails using Python. Okay, so nowadays, right now, how do you actually send an email? You go to your email app and then you write the email and click on the send button, right? But how can you just write a Python program for it, and when you run the Python program for it, the email is automatically sent? You can, I will also see about scheduling things and all. Okay, so that if you want to schedule a good morning message for someone every day, you can schedule it, provided your computer will be on. Okay, you cannot say that your computer is off and that message will go, so that will not happen. So you can schedule your emails if you want. We will be studying that on the last day about scheduling emails and all, but lots of amazing stuff. We'll be also seeing actually how do you send text messages, not only emails, but how do you actually send text messages. That will be also very interesting to work on. So what I'm talking is today is about how you send emails, how to send emails. We'll see a little bit of theory and text messages to mobile phones. Text messages to mobile phones, okay? And we are doing it using Python. You already know it manually how to do it, right? So I don't need to teach you. You all are experts in that, right? So not you all, we all are experts in that. So now we'll actually see how can we automate this using Python, right? Because we know Python right now, and we know the power of Python also. It can be used for automation for a lot of stuff, right? So you know what, you can actually automate logging. Whenever you log into a website, right, that process you can automate it. Automatically the Chrome browser will open which website you will tell that website, it will automatically type it on the URL, then it will hit the enter, then the web page will open, then the login form will open, then it will automatically enter your username, your password, it will automatically click on the login button. All these things can be done automatically using Python. Okay, so this one will be using one library which is SMTP, okay, library for sending emails, and we'll be using the value library for messages. Okay, so this is one library which we are going to use to send text messages to mobile phones. This is the library which we are going to use to send emails. Okay, so first of all, we need, when it comes to email, right, so we need to understand something. This is a question which might come in lots of exams also. So see, any if let on the internet, let's say if you want to transfer any file, if you want to send any photo, image, file means what? File means it can be video, it can be a random PDF file, it can be a document file, it can be an image. All these are actually in the category of files. Okay, if you want to send any of this, then there is something called as a protocol that is used to transfer this file from a client to the server. In the last class we have also discussed, right, what is actually client, what is actually server. These are all things we have discussed, right? So when a client wants to send some data to the server, right, so actually we have not discussed client and server, right? So however, when we will be doing web scraping, right, that time I will be telling you, I thought I told, okay, I'm sorry for that, but when I will be telling you about web scraping, right, that time I will teach you about what is client, what exactly is server, how they interact and all. But just consider that this is one computer, client is one computer, server is also one computer, and one computer is trying to upload some data. How you upload your photo on your Instagram, right? So how you upload your photo on Facebook, on YouTube, and all those kind of stuff. So their protocol basically means that rules. Okay, these are actually two computers. Your mobile phone is one computer. This is actually a mobile phone, which is computer one, and the Instagram server or the Instagram's computer is actually the computer two. what exactly is happening is actually the exchange of information is happening between two computers, between your mobile phone and Instagram computer. Server means what? A computer. Okay. So there are certain rules which both these computers follow, and those rules are called as protocol. Okay. So if you want to transfer files, then they use something called as file transfer protocol. FTP protocol is used to transfer files from one computer to another computer. Okay. File transfer protocol. These are some rules which both people agree to. If you want to send an email, right, we use a different protocol. Which protocol we use here? SMTP protocol, simple mail transfer protocol. This is called as. Okay. So if someone asks you mails when you're sending an email, which protocol is exactly used there? SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Okay. Just a minute. Okay, I'm sure that makes sense. Okay, so that's very important thing which I want to tell. Let's say if you want to make some normal request you're trying to make using your web browser. Using your web browser, if you're trying to open any website, right, you go and type amazon.in and Amazon website is open. You go and type Flipkart opens. So if you go and type let's build website will open like that. For that purpose, okay, we use HTTP protocol, okay, which stands for hypertext transfer protocol. So whenever you make a website request to any website, which protocol you use actually is HTTP protocol. Okay, so we have different protocols for different purposes. For email, we use this protocol. So some libraries which we are going to use, I've already told. So that's the theory part. Nothing much. If you have understood that, I think we are ready to write some code, right? So let's do it. I'll just create two files. One is send email.py file, which is responsible for sending email, and one more file will be send message.py file, which is responsible for sending messages. So as we do for all the lectures, we don't know how to do it, so actually we go and study on documentation, right? So that is what we do. We go on the documentation, we try to search all this kind of stuff, how exactly is done and what are the functions that are available and all those kind of stuff. So let me do one thing. Let me actually go and type here what is the library which I told you? SMTP, right? SMTP library in Python. Okay, so which is responsible for sending emails, as you already know. So we'll open few links. This is not the official link, but we'll try to open it. This is the official website or official documentation of this SMTP library, SMTP lib. Okay, the library name is actually SMTP lib. So here it says SMTP lib module or library defines a SMTP client session object that can be used to send email to any internet machine with a SMTP protocol. Okay, so for details you can go and search what is SMTP and all this kind of stuff. So this is how you do it. SMTP ka class already, see here, SMTP lib, the class is already created inside this library. You just need to create an object of this class and pass some parameters to these objects. So that's it. They have told here something like this. So let's try to look for a better example. These are all the functions that are available. Oh, come on. Yes, here it is. You import the SMTP, create the object, and you just write server.send email. That's it, and server.quit. After sending email, you should pass the from address, to address, and the message. Where is from address? From address is something like this. You can ask it for the user, or you can type your email address. To address, that means your email address. And message you can write it in the form of an HTML. Also you can write it in different there are different ways to write messages. Okay, so that's not what we want. Just let's try to import. Again, it's an inbuilt library, you don't need to install, I feel. comes inbuilt in Python. SMTP lib. Okay, import SMTP lib. This is the library name. My bad. SMTP lib. If you forget also, that's not an issue. We can go and search for internet. Our brains are not designed just to remember, right? So it's okay if you forget. SMTP lib is the library which you want to import. The first thing what we do is create an object of SMTP lib class. Why we need to create an object? We already discussed in the OOPS concept, because the object has access to all the functions that are available inside this class. Let's try to go inside this. See here, this file, if you try to go, you already know how to go inside that file, right? So there must be a class there, SMTP. Come on, where are you? SMTP, yeah, SMTP lib. There must be a class SMTP. Come on, lib. Let's look for it. Which is this class? Yeah, SMTP. I think it is SMTP. We have to create an SMTP object. Class SMTP lib. Okay, dot SMTP. Okay, so SMTP. Sorry, my bad. So inside this SMTP library or module, SMTP lib dot, you will call a class SMTP. Okay, so that is how you call a class, right? So because it is available inside this library, so I am using SMTP dot this, or else you can do something like this also. From SMTP lib import SMTP. Okay, so that's what they told. Then you need to create an object. So I'll just say mail is equal to SMTP object I created. So I'll just create few variables here. To address is equal to some email address you can write here, and I'll write from address is equal to from email address you can write here. Okay, so and message you can write whatever message you want. So it can be a string, it can be an HTML also. If you know a little bit of HTML, then you can write it like message is equal to HTML in a doc string. You can write like this. Lots of stuff. So whatever you want you can write in the form of doc string. I have already discussed about doc string, right? So nothing much about that I'm going to say right now. You can write. Okay, we'll just see that, but right now we just know that we have to import SMTP. Why we are actually importing SMTP? I'll just show you. Okay, just go inside this SMTP class. If you see, this class manages the connection to SMTP or ESTMP server. Okay, that means this is the responsible for establishing the connection for your email. It will take some parameters. See, it has underscore in it, which we have discussed. Same the way we have done, that way we have done, right? Class that is there, then some variables are defined, then underscore in it is there, it is accepting some parameters, then it must be doing self dot. Yeah, self dot, these all things are put into that object, and some functions must be available inside this. See here, enter function is there, again special variable in Python. We have discussed about special variables, right? Whenever you start with underscore, special variable, whenever this function is called, you will get the object itself back. Exit is there, whenever you exit it, it will actually what it will do is it will actually quit. Okay, it will quit it. Functions, these are all functions that are available, exit, enter, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so there are functions like connect. Here, if you type connect, it will make a connection. There is also a function which is send. If you call this send function, right, then it will actually send the yes message to the server. Wow, looks super cool, right? So all these functions that are available inside this class SMTP, how to access all these functions that are available inside the class? By creating an object of that particular class. So this class is actually available inside which library? This library. So from that library we imported this class. Now we are creating an object of this class. That's it. Okay, very simple, nothing much difficult. So how we have to do it is we have to create an object. How is it? SMTP. Yes, we have done here by passing some parameters. Localhost. Localhost is actually your laptop server. Okay, so you can convert your laptop also into a server. So that is how what we call local host, or it is also called as 127.0.0.9. More about this in web scraping, you will understand about IP address and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so we can look for some better this also. Okay, so see, something like this it works. SMTP is there, your laptop is there, your computer is there, and another computer whom you want to send the email, right? So SMTP protocol is used to upload the send the email to the server, and then there's another protocol which actually is used by the receiver. It is actually POP or IMAP protocol. So POP is actually IMAP is nowadays used a lot. Okay, not POP, but these two protocols are available to pull. Okay, so if it has been asked to you what protocol is used to send an email, SMTP protocol, but what protocol is used to retrieve an email? See here, the receiver will retrieve the email using the protocol POP or IMAP. Okay, IMAP, sorry. You will study all these things in networking. Okay, so there is this SMTP portion what you have to do. Then from SMTP, they were actually using the SMTP class as we did. We have to pass some parameters here: host, port, local host name and all. So the machine which is running your SMTP server, which you can specify the IP address like this. Port is at which port number it is actually running. So if you want to see a better example, you can pass something like this: SMTP pass local host, and then just write SMTP dot send email, write the sender address, receiver's address, and the message. Okay, the message can be like whatever you want. I told you, right? It can be in the form of doc string if you want. If you want, it can be something else also. Okay, so usually we try to put it in try catch because sometimes the email might not go, right? So it might result in error. So we actually try to put it in try catch. We have already discussed about try catch, right? Try, except, block, we have already discussed, right? So let's do it. Just say mail. We have to just pass localhost here. Localhost, perfect. So we have to just say mail. This is the object which we have created of which class? This class. So I have to just write mail dot. Which function we have to call if you want to send the email? Send email function. That's it. Very simple. So this object has access to this function which is called as send email function. If you want to see what is there inside this send email function, let's try to do it. Let's try to go inside send email. If you just go inside send email, then you will try to understand that here all these parameters it is accepting. Send email is the inbuilt function that has been written by the person who has created this library. What this will do? Performs all entire email transactions. Very simple. So okay, sorry. So see here, it accepts some arguments like from address, to address, message, and these all options, and all. Also, if you want to pass, you can pass. So some of the parameters which it accepts, we have done same like this, right? We have created functions using self keyword and all, using classes, and we were discussing about classes and objects, right? Very simple. See here how to do it. They have told you import SMTP library, SMTP localhost. Then you can, if you want to send to multiple email address, right? So you can send to list. You can make it a list, right? Message you can pass whatever you want from subject and all this whatever, and send email. Okay, so very simple. And last you do the quit work. Let's do it. So send email from address to, first of all you pass from address, you pass to address. Then you pass message. Okay, so message I'll just write here from maybe XYZ to maybe something like this, whatever you want. Okay, if you want to write this, you write. If you just want to write subject, you can write just subject, and you may write the body. So for body, I think. Where is it? Just 1 minute. Let's go here. Okay, come on. I don't want to go here. Go inside this function. From address to address and message. Okay. So how we have to write the message? Yeah, message is something like this. You can write from. You can write to. You can write subject, and then you can write the body. Okay, so after that you can write the body. Again, see, nothing to remember. All you have to just look onto the documentation, do it. Very simple. Test message. Okay, very simple, nothing much difficult, right? So that's it we have here, and we just write send email from address and message, which message you want to send. This is a variable in which I'm storing it. Very simple. So that's it. Whatever you want to write here, you can customize this. Okay, I'll just remove this. Okay, whatever you want, you can write there. Exception, if any exceptions occur, then I'll say that, hey, like, maybe just exit 0, that means it will stop the program. Okay, and also print the exception so that I can understand what is the error that took place. Print E, or I can say also strf, convert it into a string and print the error. Maybe that error is of different types, so I just convert it to string. Then after sending this, you just quit this. Okay, so write mail, the object, this has access to one more function inside it, which is quit. What this quit function will do, just go. Quit function terminates this SMTP connection session. Okay, so it just does close and wraps everything. Okay, perfect. This is the simple code which is basically responsible for sending email addresses. If you want to send for multiple 2 addresses, you can write a list of all the addresses. Okay, so I will not be, you will actually have to write one more thing. I think so we'll have to actually write the I think we have to write, let's check once. No, sender email, receiver message, try all these things, and that's it. Sending email. Okay, so you have to write the port and so on. Okay, we'll do it. You have to log in, I feel. Okay, because we are using Gmail, so we will be actually writing gmail.com, and the port, it's a standard port. Okay, that is at which the SMTP session will start, that is 587. Just start it at 587. For HTTP, it is like port 80, and all those like standard ports are there. And this is which you're using. Okay, so if you're using email, Gmail, if you're using Yahoo, you can write Yahoo and all those. Okay, one very important thing. This is what is told here. You will have to. It will not work. Okay, this will not work because you will have to allow. First of all, you have to go and allow less secure apps. Okay, so without this it is not going to work for you. Allow less secure apps. So I'll just go to my Google account and I'll give permission from my Google account saying that, hey, please allow Python to send emails from my Google account. Okay, very simple, from your email address. Okay, so that is what it will do. It will just allow that, and if you allow that, then I think you will be able to do it. Where is the setting? So you just type that. I think you should get the setting, but this setting is actually going to expire maybe soon after May 30. This will not be allowed. I think after this you might be getting a different password, and using that password or API key, you can allow to send email. But I think this is going to become more like, it is not going to work after maybe, I think they told something May, somewhat like that. See, this option you will get less secure apps. You just have to click on this. Okay, so now this basically means that allow after sending, you just off it again back, because this is actually a security risk. You're asking any program to actually send emails or messages from your account. So for that purpose it's there. That's it. Okay, so that's it. And for this video, and you must be able to send emails. You can do lots of stuff. You can write HTML also. I have already told you, right? So if you want no HTML, you can, in the message body, you can write HTML. You can write H1, H3 tags. You can write strong tag and all those kind of stuff. You can write all those kind of HTML work. You can easily do it inside this. Okay, that's it. I think you must. I hope you will try it and you will love automating this stuff of sending emails, right? So perfect, looks good. Uh, One more thing is what we want to do is you can write some debugging messages here, like sending email sent successfully, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's try to see even how do you send text messages. Text messages is also very simple. How we have SMTP lib library, we have the video TVI. Okay, this library is there for sending SMSs. Okay, so we'll just open view. Where is the official doc? Okay, here we have. So it's just telling that, hey, come on, install the value first of all. So let's do it. We know how to install the value or any Python library, right? So we have already studied it. Pip install twilio. Very simple. I hope I have not made a typo. Lio. That's it. Hit enter, and boom, I should be able to use it. Perfect. It has been installed. So okay, that's it. Permission denied. Okay, all these all do on. So I'll just copy this code just to check. Okay, this is just Python helper library SMS test. Okay, so for this what you have to do is, first of all you will have to create an account here at the value, which will allow, it is actually an API, okay, which is allowing, giving you some free SMS services. Again, see here, if you want to use only some messages, then it's okay, like it's free to test and all, but you cannot send many messages free of cost. Okay, so you will have to purchase the premium subscription from them. Just create an account here. So I'll accept it, and let's see. So this actually is an API. The value is actually an API which will help us to provide SMS. Okay, it will actually help you to provide SMS services. Okay, so what this business is, all those SBI and all, or your bank and all those messages what you get, right, they actually use some API like this, and they pay per message some cost to this particular APIs. Like per SMS will pay like 20 paise, 10 paise, 5 paise, and all those costs will vary. Again, if you just take bulk messages and all, like one time if you purchase lots of big bulk messages, it will vary, but they will actually take such kind of messages packs, and then they will use the API and they will send SMSs. Okay, so it is just asking me email verification. Let me just do that. Perfect, so I think it must be done. Is it? We have sent, okay, I have accepted it. What's the problem? Let's check. So I'm doing it on my mobile phone, okay. Perfect, come on. So let's see if I'm able to log in. I hope you will be able to do it fast. Just 1 minute. I think I'm typing my password wrong. Come on. Why is it giving me wrong password? Okay, so just 1 minute. I'll just try to do this account verification. So I have actually created an account, and I think you also must have created by now. So why we created an account is because we get these two things. One is account SSID and auth token. This will be unique for everyone. Okay, so that you can send the messages. Okay, they have the API documentation also, looks good. Oh, see here, they have everything services. They can actually help you get send voice messages, SMS, videos, lives, emails, conversation. WhatsApp API also is there. Reach users on world's most popular messaging app. Oh, perfect. Looks good. Just interested in sending text messages, so we'll go here. The best way, they have told you that how to send an text message using this one. This is the this is actually JavaScript, so we have to search for Python. Yeah, here it is. Come on. Here we are. Looks good, right? Send an SMS using the value, so we have to just import the value.rest, and from there we have to import just client. Then we have to actually create a client object by passing the account ID and token. Okay, and then create this client, and then write client.message.create, and this, that's it, done. You get this response after sending it. Okay, this is the response what you get. This is the code which you are going to write. Okay, let's do it from the value. Dot rest, I think, from twilio.rest import client. tw, it is typo, twilio dot rest import client, capital letters. Create a client object now. Client object should be created. Let's say we write client like this. Created an object, and some parameters should be passed to this client object, I feel. What are those? Account ID and SSID. So I will not write mine because you should not expose it to anyone else. You write your account SSID there and password, copy it from here and write it. Okay, where is my account? Here. Copy this, just paste it, done. Okay, so once you do that, again you can put try catch when you're sending. Where I was, man, come on. Here also same things are told. Okay, so rest, create a client object with account SSID and auth token, and then write client.messages.create. Okay, that's what been explained in here also. Client.messages.create. Okay, perfect. Why this arrow is there? Why this line is there? Because they have taken it to next line, so that arrow, that line they have put. So if you want to go to the next line, right, you can put that, or else you remove that line and just put the dot create here itself. Client dot messages dot create a messages dot create, and body from 2. That's it. Messages, and we have create, we have body. What body you want to write, you can write here. You can write from the mobile number which you want to write here, and you should actually write 2. Very simple, nothing much difficult. But mention the country code also, like this. They have told +91, and these all things should be there. Equal to should be there here, so I forgot equal to, I feel. So it was giving me the error. I think something else I didn't forget. Body. I think it is expecting me to write all these things in same line, or else it is saying me just put dot create messages dot create body equals to from underscore, sorry, it is from underscore. Okay, so that's it. You can put this in try catch, this line you can put it in try catch, and after the sending you will get some response from the API like this, that this is the account ID, it was being created. If it is error, you will get some error here. If it is no error, status will be sent. Okay, this answer you will get after sending. Okay, so whatever this line is there, right, this is going to actually give you some answer. You can store it in some variable answer, and you can just print answer if you want, and the answer should contain this response whatever is coming from this particular API. Okay, API is actually just software which is built by someone else and we are trying to use it. Okay, so they have built actually this all these things, we are just trying to use it. It is actually take some request and give some responses. Okay, so it is an intermediate software. Even a compiler can be called as an API. API means application programming interface. Any software that sits in between two other softwares is called as an API. Okay, so here this software what we are using, the Avalio, is actually sitting between me and my client, me and my sender, receiver, right? So that's it for this one. You will be able to successfully send. You can put this in try catch. Okay, little addition to sending emails. So I was thinking about this. Actually what happens is, from address and to address, from this email address to this email address, the email address will go, email will go, right? So you actually have to first of all log in from your from email address. Okay, so you have to enter your from email address username and password, and then it will feel that yes, you are a valid user, and then it will send an email from your account to someone else, this to email address account. Okay, for that you can also write here user name or user email, maybe, and password, from which account you want to send it. So let's say I want to send from Gautam to Let's Build, so my user email will be gautam@gmail.com, to address will be actually Let's Build, from address will be again mine, gautam@gmail.com, password will be my Gautam email Google accounts password. Okay, that password you have to write, your Google accounts password, and this whatever is there you have to pass it. Where you have to pass it? Just checked it, where you have to pass, or this, yes. Okay, so we can actually secure this also by using SSL. SSL stands for secure socket layer. Okay, so SSL basically means that this HTTPS, this lock what you are seeing, right, this is because of SSL. Okay, so SSL certificate is there, so you will get HTTPS connection, that means this lock will be there, and if SSL is not there, then you will get HTTP, that means no lock will be there, that means it is a little bit less secure. So you can do like this. From SMTP you can import SSL. Okay, and then you can write this to secure it, SSL.create default context. SSL.create default context. Again, what is this for? Secure connection. Okay, for a secure connection. Secure. I'll just copy this. Okay, a secure default context, and I will just store it this in one variable context or whatever you name you want to give. You give it to that, no problem. Okay, and after that what you have to do is first of all try to log in it. Okay, try to log in. So how will you log in? First of all write smtp.smtp, the server, this whatever the server is there and the port is there, that we have already done it, no problem with that. To log in we have one function which is login. Okay, first of all we have to actually put the context here, start TLS. Okay, this function we should call So first of all, let's do mail dot whatever object we have created here, that dot start tls start tl come on tls. Again, put the context. Okay, this is just there for this line is just there for security purposes. Okay, if you want to provide that SSL certificate, SSL connection, if you want that for that purpose. Okay, now once this is done, you can just log in by saying mail.login. Put your username and password here. So your username, from which email address you want to send, right? That username, user email, comma password, whatever you have written here. I have used these two variables here that I am writing there, user email and password, that I have written here, user email and password. And once that is logged in is done, then send the mail. Okay, very simple, nothing much difficult. Once you have done it, this is not required, can be omitted all this, but just creating an object, then first of all establishing a secure connection using SSL, then logging first of all, try to log in. Once you are logged in, then you can actually send the email. So to do is actually send the email here. How will you send the email? Then that is nothing but send email function, right? Very simple, nothing much, right? You must be able to do it. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this. You are able to send messages, you are able to send emails by now. Okay, so I hope it was fun. See you in the next class.